In this video we will take a look at some easy but cool designs for Necron warriors, and I will show you how I painted them. I'm Alex, and you're watching Winterwolf Miniatures. So, I woke up this morning feeling a sudden urge to paint some Necrons. I have a secret Necron army project. Whoops. I have a not so secret project of a Necron army on the back burner. I've previously made a video on how I painted my rusty Necrons, but now I have second thoughts about that paint scheme. I haven't painted very much of my army yet, so there's still time to change my mind. I therefore decided to take a couple of warriors here and get some of my paint scheme ideas out of my head. When that's done, I can more easily see which one I like the most and hopefully decide once and for all which one to go with. The secret army must be easy to paint, or I will never finish it. So the paint jobs you'll see in this video will all be focused on that. Perfect for new painters, or to someone like me who just wants a cool new army without the possibility or desire to spend hundreds of hours painting it. Or maybe you just want to have something running in the background when you paint. For whatever reason you're here, I'm happy that you are, and let's begin. We start with a warm-up. This is just something I've always wanted to try. This one is primed with a metallic paint, and I'll just wash that with Nuln oil. A quick dry brush with a shiny silver when the wash is dry, and that's pretty much it. Let's just add a quick glow effect on the gun in a tasty color. Start with white and cover the thing you want to be glowing. Then add the color. For this one, I think I'll go with a pale blue. I just thin the paint with water and coat the whole area where you want the effect. Since this layer is so thin, it will not be opaque at all. The area which is white will therefore be the lightest and representing the light source. This is really easy. A fast glowing effect like this might not look all that great when we look at it closely, but on the tabletop it will look fine. You can of course do it with a little more care and finesse, and with multiple passes, with multiple colors and different sizes of the area you dot with white in between to make this really cool, if you want to spend a little more time on it. In the end I decided to add some additional interest by simply adding a little brown wash to the bottom parts here, and then this first dude is done. That was ridiculously quick, and it does honestly not look all that bad. I mean, a whole army of these would definitely look cool on the tabletop. So that was a fun experiment, but I want something a little more interesting for my guys. Let's quickly paint one of my rusty Necrons for comparison. Starting with a warm red-brown base coat. This is Heavy Sienna from Vallejo. In my old video I used a sponge to add the rust and metallic paint, but I couldn't find one. Which is weird because I searched for almost 2 seconds. I found this brush, so I'll use that instead. It works too, but I do recommend to use a sponge for these sorts of things if you can. I would have definitely searched for longer if I was to paint more than one, for example. And if I wasn't so lazy. Rust effect paint first, in splashes, and then a shiny metal in the same way. With the metal you can try to target the edges and the areas that would be more worn a bit more. The gun gets a coat of silver metallic, and then I wash the whole thing with Earthshade. That is tying the colors together a bit and gives a bit more depth. The cables we paint blue, and then we add a bright glow effect for that last bit of color. This one gets a sharp green. And there we are. This paint scheme is also very quick, and it's a big payoff in coolness for the small amount of time spent. Time to try something new. How about a green one? We start with a green base coat. I found out that I actually don't own that many green paints. This is Cayman green, and it was the one I had that was closest to the color I had in my mind. Next, I'll do pretty much the same technique as with the rusty Necron, but with a regular brown. This is earth. I ended up mixing it pretty much 50-50 with the green to get the shade I wanted. Time to add a lighter color, and this goblin green will do nicely. I'll splash it on here and there with these stabs. This almost camo looking thing was what I was going for, but it didn't turn out exactly how I imagined it. But it still looks cool, so let's go on. The weapon needs something, so let's paint that in a dark grey. This is either German grey or heavy charcoal, I'm not sure which one. But it doesn't matter because they look the same, pretty much. A quick dry brush of gunmetal and then a Agrax bath. White for the glowing parts and then the color. This time I'll think I use fluorescent yellow, and that makes this one done. As I said earlier, this one did not turn out how I envisioned it, but I'm happy with the result anyway. It's not my favorite, but I have big hopes for the next one. This is something I have been wanting to try for a long time. On the internet you see a lot of dark and moody Necrons. And fine, I get it. They are supposed to be a bit scary, and they are probably evil. Or as my wife said it,
they are evil robots.
And you can't be an evil robot if you are sporting bright colors. Or can you? For this one I'll start with a dry brush-ish of grey as the base. I'll then go over all the armor panels with blue. Time for a Nuln Oil shower. Cover everything. When that's dry, I'll do a quick edge highlight with the same blue. This is starting to look cool already. I used electric blue and mixed that with the previous color to get a more subtle change in brightness, and made some small highlights. And then some almost pure electric blue for some select places. Same as before with the glowing effects. Start with white, you know the drill. I think I'll add some white lines here. Okay. And how about a red one here? Aha! There's my space Necron. Necron Marine. No, it's the Ultra Necron. I'll add this red to the cables and stuff as well. Fluorescent yellow for the glowing bits, and a quick highlight for the red parts with bloody red. And here we have our Ultra Necron finished. Hashtag Ultra Necron. Before the last one, let me just give a quick shout out to my new patron, Josh Tuman. Thanks mate, you are awesome. If you wanna do like Josh, you'll find the link to my Patreon page in the description. Or if you don't have the money but still want to support my channel, make sure to hit like. And maybe share my videos to a friend, or why not to an enemy. If you got this video from an enemy, I welcome you to my channel, and I'll stop talking now and get back to the next Necron dude. For the last one, I'll start with a red-brown base coat, like with the rusty one. But then I'll paint all the mechanical bits, or all the bits not covered with the armor, with brassy brass. And I paint the armor parts in red. The gun gets a coating of dark grey. And then I cover everything except the gun with Agrax Earthshade. The gun gets a edge highlight and some scratches of gunmetal, and of course the white for the glowing parts. I have a bottle of scale 75 paint here called Deep Red that I bought a long time ago because I absolutely love the shade of red. I haven't used it yet though. So let's do that. I'll use it to do a quick edge highlight on the armor bits. Yeah, I like it. It is nice. I used it by itself, and I also mixed it with a bit of bloody red when I needed a brighter red. A highlight of polished gold on the brassy bits to give them a little more golden finish, and to bring back some shine. And then it's time for some Tesseract glow. As this guy is pretty dark, I'm not shy with the glow paint here. I cover a little larger area than before. I then come in with the white paint again, to dot some of the lightest points. And then cover everything with another pass of glow paint. And this time I'll go for an even larger area. And this is the result. This one is my favorite, maybe not as a single dude like this. The Ultramarine have that honor, I believe, but when I imagine a whole army, I think this is the look I want. I think some of the bigger things like vehicles would look awesome in this color scheme. What do you think? Let me know in the comments which one you liked best, and make sure to hit that like button. You know what? Let's make that a bit of a challenge, shall we? I mean when this video gets 1,000 likes, I'll buy the rest of the things I'll need, and I'll make an epic painting challenge video montage something, and paint that army. I really want to do that someday, so I went ahead and smashed that like button myself, because you can do that for some reason. You can also hit the dislike on your own videos if anyone was wondering. Again, for some reason. Subscribe if you haven't already, and again, remember to hit like. 1,000 likes is nothing. You can do that in no time. I believe in you. Have a good one, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you.